So it's late Thursday at Camp 3, Camp Cholera, just below the summit of Aconcagua, which we're going to attempt to reach tomorrow, Friday, hopefully crossing paths with Killian as he makes his record-setting attempt, starting from back where we began about 2 weeks ago. Our group is now down to 10. After 5 had to turn back this morning, including our sort of motherly climber Mila from Indonesia, who didn't want to turn back but was strongly encouraged to by Herber and the other guides after measuring her oxygen, which was pretty low, and also seeing how much she struggled with the cold and the elevation changes the past few days. So now my tent with my tent mate Robbie from Australia.
Hello.
We were both just kind of thinking about what it was like this morning, watching Mila kind of struggle with the decision over to turn back. At one point I saw her kind of just look at Robbie and come up to him like with tears in her eyes, right? And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, she just needed a cuddle. I think she needed some
she
reinforcement.
buried her head in your chest, kind of.
Yeah, she wanted an ally to support her, to to say, "Hey, you'll be okay. Let's go up." But she was clearly not in any shape. She's a small meat girl, no meat whatsoever on her, and she was suffering. It looked like she had hypothermia the whole way up, and up here it's very extreme. She wouldn't have made it. It was a correct decision by the guides to send her back. It was emotional.
It was tough. It was tough for me to watch her crying, like sobbing, because she wanted this so much. We all want this so much. We've all come such a long distance and paid quite a bit of money for this attempt to summit the highest mountain in all of the Western Hemisphere, and for her to get to Camp 2, and to have told all of her friends and family back home that she was doing this, and then to have to all of a sudden confront this idea that she wasn't going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but it's
kind of just devastating.
It's soul shattering.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah, definitely. And like she was crying. She was almost at the screaming state where I trained so hard. I trained for 3 months. I should be able to do it. But from a person that's climbed a few around the world, you need to be humble whenever you're doing these mountaineering gigs, because if the mountain beats you, you need to go down. It's too dangerous, and then it's too dangerous for everyone else that has to support her and actually take her down as well. So no, it was a good decision by the guides.
I think a turning point for Mila came when she realized that just because she's turning back now doesn't mean that she's a quitter, or it doesn't mean that she's giving up on Aconcagua. Like another person in our group who had to turn back, this was his 4th attempt at summiting Aconcagua, and he had to turn back too. No doubt he'll probably be back again for a 5th try. Mila has lots more opportunities to come back. Do you think she'll be back, Robbie?
Well, what I was overhearing in the tent, because when they were taking my blood pressure, because they almost struck me off the list to come up here, was there's another group coming up in about 9 days. So she can recuperate back in Mendoza, and then she can give it another try. So, which is good for her. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after seeing her will and her fight, do you think that she'll give it another go?
I think she will. Personally, I think that the mountain's too much for her. She's climbed in Nepal about a 6,000 meter peak, but in Nepal you don't get the extreme weather that you do here. So, yeah, she was freezing up here. So,
I think Camilla will be back, and I think she's not going to give up until she hits the summit. She just strikes me as a woman who's not going to give up. If that means coming back until the weather's perfect, so be it. But she's gonna train her ass off, and she's gonna be back.
Yeah. Oh, in the words of Hillary, you need to be humble with the mountain. If it lets you up, then you can consider yourself lucky. And if not, you shouldn't push your luck. It's a death wish. Sorry to end it on a sour, and I really didn't,
I know,
you know,
God,
sad
man.
note, but it's true. It is very true. It is not a good place to be, and it's not a good place to be sick, because it takes you, you know, another 3 or 4 days to get back down to some sort of normalcy.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless of that, like, yeah, you have to be helping with the mountain. And obviously, she turned back. She recognized like what the guides were saying, but she, like, don't you think she's going to be back? Don't you think she's going to like give the summit another shot?
I think she will, and I think she'll do it in 9 days' time as well. So, you know, all the best of luck to her. You know what I mean? But I don't want her injured. I don't want her, you know, suffering with hypothermia or altitude sickness and HAPE or
But she
HAPE.
wants that. Like, she doesn't care,
Yeah,
right?
it's dangerous.
Eh, I think she's willing to lose a toe or willing to get some frostbite or willing to put her life in danger. I guess, I mean, the risk is that when she's putting other lives in danger, and that was why she had to turn back this time.
Yeah, correct.
But in the right circumstances. Were you sad to see her have to turn back? I was sad. I wanted her to meet the summit.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't sad. She took it a bit too far for my liking, but you know, it's disappointing. Yes, you feel like personally, you feel like you're quitting, but she never quit. You know what I mean? It's people were looking out for her safety, even though she wasn't. So no, it was the best decision. I was about to get struck off. They were testing my blood pressure, and I had half an hour to turn that around, and I would have taken their advice and gone back down. So.
But at first, I heard you in the tent, and you were putting up a fight as well.
No, not so. I was just giving options. I was just saying, okay, if I could come up here, camp tree, and if it wasn't good enough, then I'll come down. But
that wouldn't be really realistic.
Me, no, because they don't have the manpower to bring me back down.
No.
And I saw that's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but yeah, it worked out for me and didn't for her. So, but still, I'm not up there. You know, in the morning I could be sick as a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've got a lot of experience, and I've been on mountains where they've beaten me, and it doesn't bother me. I'll just go back then the following year. So.
Right, and I think Mila has the same mentality, if not more.